So I'm on this hike this morning. I can't see it, but you can tell on my hood that it's raining. And I typically hate walking in the rain. You can ask my wife; she can vouch for that. But we're here. Why? Because we're disciplined, and we haven't always been that way. So I wanted to remind myself all the progress you've made. Just take a moment to celebrate that. And there's some stream runoff. Kind of cool. Thanks, Demon. Oh, it's a little slippery. Let me stay focused. So listen, dude, becoming a dad is probably the single most motivating thing for me. And honestly, I regret not becoming a dad sooner. Not for lack of effort. I shouldn't say I regret it. All in perfect timing. Thanks be to God. Man, it's amazing what a new life to take care of can motivate you to do. I didn't start seriously prioritizing my health until around 30. When I was a kid, growing up, I played sports, and that was enough. I did the bare minimum to be able to run around on any given field and play the sport. That was the goal, was play the sport, have fun. The sport was activity enough. Do some light conditioning, work out when I got in high school, but lift weights and stuff. But I just did the bare minimum possible because I just wanted to play sport. So then my 20s kind of got derailed. Played music. Got into some pretty heavy social enterprise nonprofit work that just consumed my life. And I didn't really have capacities to do many fun things. It wasn't until my late 20s that I returned to things that brought me joy, like skiing, surfing, skateboarding, all these fun extreme sports, as we call them. If you're a kid from the 90s, it makes me think of Brink. Shout out Disney Channel for that one. But anyways, so it wasn't until my late 20s, 30s that I started really prioritizing my health, thanks to my wife, and finding my why. I think you hear that a lot, so I'm not trying to be just a sounding board, but for me is I really lost the mobility. I really lost the ability to play sports and do fun things. And I blew out, my ACL and skiing, blew out my tendon something or other in my elbow, mountain biking. And I just remember being man, I'm getting injured so easily. Wasn't even doing crazy things, just literally riding down the hill and fell over. And it just you get up and you just say, ouch. And that's your 30s welcome. No, it was when I lost that ability to do those fun things that I really started to wake up oh man, I need to start putting in some effort. So that's what started to fuel me and motivate me to really double down and take these things seriously, right? So if you're in your 30s, it's never too late. Take it from me. You're probably the only one watching this video anyways. So that to say, I'm gonna turn around because it's kind of cold and rainy and snowy. But I haven't missed a day since for the past 3 months. I've been getting up initially 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock when it's sunny. Today is 6. I let myself sleep in because, I got up at 10 till 6. But it's cold and rainy, and I was half expecting there to be snow in May because they said there was gonna be snow. But anyways, so I've been on this track for like 3 months, and I just like, man, I am so disciplined to getting up now with the proper motivation. And I had to trick myself into it. I had to set a different alarm that I didn't know what it sounded like. That was my trick, because I found myself over the winter like just going with business as usual, life as usual. My normal alarm wasn't cutting it. I was used to, and I like programmed myself to snooze that alarm in particular. So when I would wake up and hear that alarm go off, I go, oh, that alarm, I associate that with snoozing. So I set up a new alarm with a new ringer, and I didn't know what it sounded like because I turned the volume down on the setting on my phone. So the very first time I heard that noise was 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. And that worked. It scared the shit out of me. So I tricked myself into like panic mode to this unfamiliar sound, and that's what did it. And so I got up and I set my phone far enough away from my bed that I had to like physically stand up to turn it off. And so the adrenaline just immediately kicked in, right? And so that's my like little trick to tricking myself into self-discipline. And now every time I get up with that alarm, my brain associates like you don't have an option to snooze. You have to get up, you have to go walk, you have to go work out, you have to do these things. Like that's what reprogramming your brain looks like, where you don't compromise with yourself and you don't talk yourself out of it. And that's really what it took for me, because I was going to bed literally every single night and be like, oh man, tomorrow's the day. I'm going to wake up with so much energy. I'm going to be motivated, and I'm going to be so excited to like work out and do all these cool things. And it's like every morning would roll around and be like, fuck that, dude. Like, no, like you're sleeping. Like, what's the purpose? And so I really had to do something to like get out of my mindset that I was in. And it was like this deep rooted thing. Where I was waking up at 5 a.m. to like go surf. And, I have these seasons, and for a while I was like, surfing is the only thing that can motivate me to get up that early at the crack of dawn and go surf, right? So, it takes finding that one thing, right, to like get you started. I think back in my 20s it was coffee, right? But that was kind of unhealthy. So find that one thing, change one thing is my encouragement. Like change your alarm. That's what worked for me. I hope that's helpful. And before you know it, like months are going to go by, years are going to go by. You're going to have these habits, and you're like, man, how the heck did that start? And like, by no means am I arrived or, like a finished product. Like, this is not a glow up by any stretch. I didn't look at me. But like, I just wanted to celebrate today, dude, because it's been like literally 2.5 months, not even 3 months yet of this habit, and I haven't missed a day. So I'm super proud of that. Again, never been this disciplined in my life. And this channel, Fill in Process, is all about that. It's literally just picking up right where you're at and looking to be better today than you were the day before. And I find what helps me do that as I just trudge through the mud, holy cow, is, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, it's caked. Crazy. So I find what helps me do that, and I don't even know what I was talking about. Dude, my shoes are fucking caked. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, I gotta walk in the grass. Okay, so where was I? 2.5, 3 months in, feeling great, in process, right? And that's what we're here for. I'm posting these videos raw and just like no glow ups, no sense of like extreme transformation, you know, like maybe one day we'll get there, but like you got to start somewhere. And that's what I had to tell myself. And that's what other people told me, is just like, just start, you know, just start. Consistency. And sometimes it takes rewiring our brains and neurological pathways to accomplish that. Yeah, all that to say, trick yourself into healthy habits. Make it fun. Do the things you enjoy, do the things you love. But sometimes you need like a nudge from something unexpected, or a person, like, to help you round that corner. If you know what I'm saying. Can't always like do it on your own. So that's, I think, what I have to say today. Thanks for hearing me out and dealing with the rain. Supposedly it's snow, but I don't see any snow. So yeah, next time. I got an exciting day. I got a big day ahead of me. But it's good to like get out and get my mindset right before my day even starts. Before I even like let my dog out to go pee. I know I'm probably gonna get some hate for that, but no, this is me time. And my hope is, like, I know newborn phase is gonna be like insane. Like, I don't know what it's gonna be like because I've never done it before. But I have friends and obviously family who have kids too, who just say all bets are off that newborn phase. So like, I'm doing these things. Maybe that's my last point. I'm doing these things because I know there's gonna be a period in my life where I push pause on a lot of this, but I want my body to remember this feeling, because I think muscle memory is a real thing. As a musician, like as someone who works out, I want my body to remember this feeling, how good it felt to get up this early and do these things for me, and how much of a better person I am because of those things, how more present I am to my life throughout the day, how more focused and energized I am with my job, how much more capacity I feel like I have to help others. Like, I just have a ton of capacity and nothing feels like a drain. So when you're in your own way and you're like, oh man, I'm trying to be better, like, things outside of you feel like a drain or feel like, you know, just pointless. So anyways, all that to say, I want my body to remember this feeling because it's going to be a lot easier to come back to it. So even if I do take a few weeks, a month off from like my established, you know, routine and rhythms, like, I want to get back to it as soon as possible. And so I want my body to remember like this feeling, and, you know, not necessarily like kill myself trying to start new habits after having a baby. Like, I want to breathe and allow us to like rest and recover. And it's super important, I think, especially for my wife, to have that down season. Postpartum, like, I think that's crucial. It's just to take it easy. But I think for me, like, man, if I can just be giving her that time off and taking baby with me on these walks, and like, just baby's just along for the ride, like, you know, that'd be great. So anyways, that's the goal, and that's my message for today. Trick yourself into healthy habits, and let's be better, be kind to one another. And if you like this video, stay in process with me. That's what this is all about. Take it or leave it. You know, the cool thing about the algorithm is it'll keep showing up if you like it, and if you don't, I'll disappear forever. So, sayonara.